Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome to Leisure Bit.
In today's film we're going to be looking at a trip that we went to Scar Close Caravan and Motorhome certified site. It's at Hudswell, which is just outside of Richmond in the stunning North Yorkshire Dales. So let's get cracking.
We're going straight ahead in this instance, but if you do a left at the roundabout we've just passed, not this one, the previous one, that takes you down towards the station. Just coming up on the left is a garage that's been rebuilt following a fire. We've just passed it there, but that was always very handy for bits and pieces. Just at the bottom of this hill on the right hand side there's a car park which you quite often see motorhomes and campervans staying in overnight. I'm not sure if it's allowed or not, but you do see them staying there, and I'll cover that later in the video. Just coming up round the corner is the Holly Hill Inn, just on the right. We're going to make a right hand turn here in the direction of Hudswell. We're just entering Hudswell, or the outskirts of it now, and going to turn right into the certified location here. So we've now arrived at Scar Close CL at Hudswell, just near Richmond, and we're actually staying just in the car park. We'd normally be staying on the field, but it being quite damp recently. The site has the usual facilities, so you've got waste disposal for rubbish. It does have a toilet. It's only a small toilet, so not massively accessible, but useful nonetheless. And then you can see back round to where we are there. There's a chemical closet emptying point and waste disposal point here. This is both for wastewater and chemical disposal here. So let's have a quick look across the site there, so you can see back to the car park, and then this is looking down from where the disposal point was there, just across the main bit of this part of the CL. The CL has two parts to it. There's this bit here that we're looking at, and then there's a smaller bit that we'll cover off in a little bit. There's a walk that you can get to just out the back of the CL there. You can see, just go through that gate where Roxy stood, and you can either go to the right and head over that way, just take a look back up just to give perspective on where we are, or you can head in the other direction, which actually takes you then down some steps or over a stile into the woods. If you go down the steps or over the stile, it keeps you at the field level. So you can just see along there where we'd come out the gate there. So there's the gate to the right, which takes you to the right, or you can do a left. There's a quick look over the stiles. You can see across that way, you see Hudswell village there, and also if we look down there you can see that takes you into the woods, so great for walking the dog. A little bit of a look around there. Here's the entrance to the site. We're now just going to head into Hudswell so that we can take a look at the Hudswell village and the George and Dragon pub where we're going for tea. There's a number of footpaths on the way through Hudswell which you can take. That one there took you towards Richmond, and there's further ones that take you down towards the Hudswell steps through the woods, and it's nice walk through the woods, albeit it can be a little bit muddy if it's been wet. That's Hudswell Village Hall, and you can park in that car park at Hudswell Village Hall, albeit the entrance is fairly tight. This is the little shop and the George and Dragon Community Pub where we're going for our tea. And just a quick shot of what we had there. The pies are the speciality here, so we went for the pie. Dogs are allowed as well, and this is just a view out the back. It's just starting to get dark at this point, so you can probably see it looks a bit darker in the video. But there's a number of kind of terraces where you can either have a drink or have something to eat outside if you don't fancy eating in the pub or the weather's nice. So that's Hudswell and the George and Dragon Pub. So we're now going into Richmond for a look around. That's Richmond, North Yorkshire. There's the Town Hall pub on the right there. Do quite tasty pies and things like that. Opposite there's Barker's Fish and Chips, if you fancy fish and chips. Normally pretty nice as well. And we're now going to have a look around Richmond Castle. Richmond Castle's definitely worth a visit if you're in Richmond. There's lots of information about the history of the castle, and you can walk up to the top of the keep, and it's normally a lovely little sun trap once you get the other side of the castle, as you can see here. If the sun's out, it's normally pretty warm here, so definitely a nice wander around, and you can sit and have a picnic or something like that. You head up the steps just to the right there, and that takes you up a level and allows you to get more of a view across, and then from that level you can walk up and head up the steps, which there's quite a few of them, up to the top of the keep. The steps are wide enough, probably 1 and a bit people, so normally people either wait at the top or the bottom for people to clear. That's kind of up the next level. You get into a hall there, and then there's a further flight of stairs. On leaving the hall, there's a further flight of stairs that you can see here that takes you up, and then one final flight that takes you up to the top. And then from here you get some fantastic views across Richmond, so long as the weather's nice, of course. Well, that just gives you a quick view around the top there, and there's a couple of steps there that just take you up to another level to look out down the Swale Valley direction, which we're just looking across there. Really nice views from the top. There's just another view across there. You can see Richmond built up, outlying over the hill. And there's a view across the top of the castle. And now we're looking out across the market square and the church, and there we're looking down towards the direction of the station, the church, and there's Mercury Bridge, and then across Mercury Bridge is the station, which we'll take a look at shortly. So we'll just take a further look around the castle now, just to give you a bit more perspective of it. Lots more to see and explore there if you do decide to visit the castle. This is looking across from the cliff edge, which at the bottom of the cliff is the River Swale. And let's just finally, before we leave the castle, just take another quick look back at that. So that's Richmond Castle. So we're now back out near the town hall and just having a quick look around the centre of Richmond. You can see there's various places to eat and various shops, banks, things like that. And that picture there has been subject to some recent planning controversy. And there's the church we looked at from the top there. There's some useful history to read up on that one. We'll cover that in a future video because it's part of a tale on Willants. And we're now going to head down to an area known as the Bats, which is this area here. If you are in the centre of Richmond, it's a lovely little walk that you can come down. You can either do it this way or you can do it in the opposite direction. And it just takes you along the side of the River Swale with some nice grassland, and then takes you up to what's known as Richmond Waterfalls, which we just have a quick look at here. So these are the waterfalls in Richmond, and the Swale's I think it's the fastest flowing river, or the fastest rising river in England. So you can get quite dramatic scenes where this car park, for example, floods. There's been a number of instances where, parts of it have been underwater there. This is the road back up into Richmond town, and you can see the castle there coming back into view as we walk up there. And that's just signposting back the way we came. Richmond also has a Victorian market hall, which is well worth having a look at. And there's a market on a Saturday, and there's specialist markets on other days of the week, Saturdays and Sundays, including some artisan markets some weeks, but you can check out online. The Green Howards Museum's worth a visit if you're interested in kind of military side of things. There's some work going on there on the King's Head Hotel. And the Richmondshire Museum's great as well, as if you're looking for some history of Richmond and the area. Just take a quick look now. We're heading down. There's a Wetherspoons pub there. The Friary Gardens are worth a walk around, but please note there's no dogs in the Friary Gardens, so no dogs allowed in there. But nice to have a look around, and some nice relaxing kind of space there to go and have a sit. And here's the, just coming past a couple of the pubs and things, but here's the Georgian Theatre. This is a kind of original type of theatre, and you can get tours and things as part of the visit. And a new shop, the Cheese Press, has just opened there. And then here's kind of coming back down into the town, and this gives you a view of some of the other kind of shops and art galleries and pubs and things that are just a little bit further out, and you just head down this street from the we're heading back in now towards the direction of the church, and we'll just have a final look around the centre. So a few things just tucked away that are worth exploring, and then we'll head back down to the bottom of the hill now, and this is known as the Green at the bottom, and there's York Square car park, which I mentioned earlier in the video. And you get a number of motorhomes, as you can see there, either parking up for the day or parking overnight. Now we're going to take a look around the station, which is Richmond's Old Station. Now, trains haven't run here for many, many years now, but it's been converted into a really useful kind of community hub that has shops, cinema, cafe, and various specialist outlets, including a brewery as well. And as you can see here, this is a view from the back. They do some nice ice cream just in the shop there. Brilliant on a summer's day. And there's a lovely bakery. You can just see Rachel there grabbing some Yorkshire Scoundrel for the morning snack. And then you can see there the various screens of the cinema, and a look across there where the cafe is. And also there's often local artists work on display up in the mezzanine area. There is a lift that allows you to get up and down from there if you have any problem with the steps, so it's reasonably accessible. As you can see across there, you can see into the cafe area, and they do nice meals there. There's also a nice walk you can do from the station down through to Easby Abbey. You can do it as a circular walk or direct along the old railway line. It's probably 2.5-3 miles at a push, depending on how much exploring you do for the round trip, so 1.5 miles-ish each way. And that takes you to Easby Abbey, or the remains of Easby Abbey and the church. And you can also park there as well if you want to, rather than walk round to that. And you can get access to the Abbey and have a look around, obviously being careful just on the stoneworks. It can be very slippy there, and it's obviously a derelict abbey. And you can go and have a look around there and check out the grandeur of what it once was, and definitely worth a look around if you're in the area. You are allowed your dogs there as well, which is good. It's nice to see places dog friendly, as you can see Roxy there exploring and sniffing of times gone by. And there's the way in, and there's just a quick view of the car park if you decide to drive there. and then just a quick look on the direction to head in to get access. Close by is Catterick Garrison, which has a range of shops. There's a big supermarket, Tesco. There's also an Aldi close by to there as well, and McDonald's. There's a cinema, Domino's. There's a B&M Bargains, and there's a leisure centre with a swimming pool. You can also get petrol at the Tesco. There's also a shopping centre nearby with a KFC, and there's a number of different shops there, as you can see, so quite handy if you need any bits and pieces. And it's got a decent sized car park which is free to park in, so very handy if you want to pick up some bits and pieces. Not too far from there is Leisure World at Catterick if you need any camping or caravanning or motorhome or campervan bits and pieces. So there's the Leisure World superstore there. There's also Ropers nearby as well if you want an alternative place to have a look around. So plenty of things to do. Brompton-On-Swale, which is just near there's a nice little village, has a pub and has a shop, so quite handy if you're heading out that way. On the road back to Richmond, there's Milbury Hill, which sells animal products and also various clothing and things like that. It's worth a look in. There's also Brompton-On-Swale Caravan Park, which is another option in terms of somewhere to stay just on the left there. So I hope you found that useful, and hope it inspires you to go and visit Richmond, Hudswell, go and visit the station, go and see Elddis Abbey, maybe even a trip to Catterick Garrison or Brompton-On-Swale, who knows. So let's do what we normally do and do a very quick review of what we thought of Scar Close certified location. So Rachel, how would you rate it, and would you go back? Okay, so I was very pleasantly surprised. It was much better than I thought it was going to be. I think I'd rate it 4.4 out of 5. And would I go back? Absolutely, yes, definitely. There was so much to see, so much to do on the doorstep. Stunningly beautiful place, great location, lovely site, definitely. What about you? So yes, it was when we first arrived, I kind of looked as we pulled into it and I thought, oh, that's interesting, because there was a little sign up saying where we would park. So we parked there because the owners weren't actually in at the time when we arrived. But once you had a look round, absolute magnificent site, and the lady said afterwards you could have parked on one of the other pitches. I think she thought we were turning up in a big RV or something like that, but when she saw the size of the campervan, I think she was quite happy. Obviously it's been raining and the ground was soft, so I think just a little bit worried about churning everything up till the ground dries out properly post-winter. So I thought the area was brilliant. TV reception was very good, mobile reception was very good, so and plenty to do on the doorstep. And in future vlogs we'll be going up the Yorkshire Dales, so it's a great kind of starting point if you're going to tour around the Yorkshire Dales as well. But I'd definitely go back. Lovely walk to the George and Dragon pub from the site as well, and the food was delicious there too. On the Angel Bakery, I've got to say the smell when you walked into the station complex just was absolutely, my mouth was watering the second we went in, and to actually stand and watch the bakers making the produce was really, really good. And also it wasn't open when we were there, but there is a little microbrewery and they do free guided tours if you email them in advance. They do lots of different bottled beers, ciders, APAs, etc. And they do really great samples and gift packs that you can buy. But again, something else that's really, really good to do. Especially if you're into local beers as well. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next time. Bye. Bye.